Hi everybody, welcome to Road of Plenty. I'm Thomas, and this video is about, it's kind of a 1-year ownership review of the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. And well, I just want to, give a quick update on what we've done with the car, or not an update, but just summarize what we did with the car during this year, and also how it is to own it, if it's a good buy or not, if I regret it or if I... Okay, so it's been 1 year and I don't know, 20 days of ownership so far. I've been driving, or we've been driving, or I've been driving, and my wife's been with me most of the time in the car, more than I expected. So we've done 13,000 kilometers this year, and most of that would be out on the run like this, not in the city. We did what I'm really surprised at is such a good car in the winter. So we actually last winter we drove it a lot more than I had anticipated. It's just great. I have posted some videos about the different driving modes, minor problems I've had with the car, or actually only one problem with the battery. So basically, I think I've explored the car quite a lot. What has really surprised me, or I came to understand that immediately, is that how versatile the car is, because you can really drive. It's really comfortable, and this is how I drive it most of the time. We're just gliding around. It's nice to have this engine, the sound of the engine, and to have that power available. Just the knowledge of having it available. I rarely use it. In terms of upgrades, I'm not the guy who's kind of modifying the car. I'm the kind of guy who think that the manufacturer knows best how to make the car. They set it up. I'm not doing anything with that. I have had the car, as you may know, anti-corrosion treated, so that's the main thing I did. What else? Did I do anything with the car? No, I didn't do anything with the car. Hand washed it a few times, that's it. I will make another video where I'm talking a little bit about the few things that I don't, where I think they could have done better. But the main thing of those, of course, are the brakes. I don't know. I'm a smooth driver. I like to drive smoothly, so the brakes, they are great. They have good, stopping power, but they are very difficult to modulate. Else, well, I don't really know what to say. It's been a pleasure. Every time you sit down and drive it, it's great. Now, economy. Well, the fuel economy is. I'm actually consuming a little bit less than I thought. Not much, but it took took a month or two to understand how to drive it economically. But other than that, actually, it seems as if the consumption is actually a bit lower than for many of the 280 horsepower four-cylinder Stelvios that I've heard. Numbers I've heard. So it's great. As long as you drive it with some sensibility, it's really good. Now the depreciation, I think, has been none this year. And I'm quite honest. So even if I've driven the car, I think the money I bought it for, it would be the same price at the dealership again. I've been lucky. I haven't had any scratches or anything. It's not only luck, you can be a little bit, think what you're doing. You don't need to park next to the worst cars on the parking lot, etc. Okay, so when it comes to service, well, the first service I had, I got that in the purchase, but there's no service plan on it. So next one, which she's due in like a month or two, that one I will have to pay for. I checked at one dealership today, and that they wanted about $1,000 for the second service, which sounds a little bit It sounds a little bit too much. I will check out a few other places. I'm lucky here in Stockholm. There's a lot of authorized, not only dealers but also independent service stations for Alfa Romeo. So it's good. You can shop around a little bit and find the cheapest place. But the service, every 4 service will be quite expensive. Now, I think the 3rd year of owning, or the 4th year of owning it, I mean, or the 3rd year for me, the 4th year of existence of the car will be the most expensive. Another thing when it comes to owning this car, and I think that depends a lot on what country you live in, etc. But the insurance is quite expensive. Not the first 3 years, it's okay, but then it becomes expensive. Then we have the tax in Sweden, which the first 3 years is the tax is very high for a car like this. But then after 3 years, it goes down to quite digestible levels, and that the tax and the insurance will kind of, because after 3 years I will have to go up. I will have to have a full insurance, and then the insurance is going to be more expensive than the tax is going to go down, but not by much. But anyway, about that time I will also probably have to change the first set of tires, etc., etc. So the 4th year, the 3rd year of ownership, but the 4th year of car life, I think, will be quite expensive. Now, should you buy one of these cars? Absolutely. If you like driving and you need the practicality of an SUV, and you have the money, go ahead and buy it. You know, it's a really nice car. I mean, it is a pleasure to drive every time. Now, I had initially thought to buy a Giulia Quadrifoglio. Well, sometimes, you know, when I see it, it's actually the only, since I bought this car, the Giulia Quadrifoglio is the only car I can really think, oh, well, maybe I should have bought the Giulia instead. Now, I don't think so. I like it. I like that you have the ground clearance of the SUV. You have you don't need to be so careful about it like you would be with the Giulia Quadrifoglio, you know. And for sure, opening the garage, I would have preferred to see Giulia in the garage. Actually, I mean, it's a nicer looking car, but you can't really take away the practicality of this car. And I don't know, personally, now I'm just changing jobs. I'm gonna actually go down in salary. Well, I got another job where I'll be not so long away from home. I'll be away about 2 weeks from home, and then I'll be home for 3 weeks, so it's a lot better in that sense. But I will also decrease my salary quite substantially. So whether I'll be able to keep this car or not, that remains to be seen. I mean, I'm not going to sell it the first thing I do, but if I start feeling that, you know, keeping the car will mean that we are arguing about money at home, it's not worth it. But if I can keep it and we're still going to be fine, absolutely, I'll keep it. That's my new job.